Good afternoon, this is Bryce, TTA, Team 31 in Western Minnesota with your agronomy tip of the week. Today I will be discussing white mold in soybeans. Have you ever had a really good looking soybean field fall well short of expectations? Have you noticed areas in your fields, especially higher producing areas, that seem to die late in the growing season? Chances are that white mold could be the culprit. White mold is an opportunistic plant disease that rears its ugly head during warm and wet growing seasons. If you walk a soybean field late in July or August and notice a white fuzzy mold on the stems, that is your white mold. White mold sclerotinia can overwinter in the soil for many years until a host crop such as soybeans or another legume crop is planted again. The mold blooms during warm and wet periods and releases ascospores that enter the plant through the flowers and translocate down. Once in the plant, the mold will grow, eventually causing the water and nutrients to be choked off, killing the plant. There is little you can do once the white mold has started. However, there are several steps you can take to help minimize its devastation. First is variety selection. All soybean varieties have varying degrees of susceptibility. It is important to purchase one with good white mold tolerance. Second are cultural practices including crop rotation and planting in a wider row, as well as decreasing your plant population. All of these will increase the airflow through the canopy, thus drying it out and decreasing the white mold effects. Irrigated soybeans can be especially susceptible to white mold. If you do raise soybeans under irrigation, it is best to limit the water, especially after the soybeans have begun to flower. Another consideration when planting soybeans is to avoid acres with manure applications. Typically, the fertility provided by manure applications encourages a lot of top growth in that plant, thus increasing your white mold incidence in the field. Fungicides are also an option to help control white mold. If this is something you're interested in, it is best to apply the fungicide by R1 or R2 to protect those flowers from the mold spores. The downside to a fungicide application, like an Endura or a Domark and a few others on the market, is they tend to be expensive and offer only some suppression. The bottom line with white mold in soybeans is that they often hit your most productive fields the hardest. The best white mold control is a systemic approach using variety selection, cultural practices, and fungicide applications when necessary. As a friend of mine says, white mold is God's gift for trying to raise high-yielding soybeans. If you think you may have white mold or would like to learn more about this plant disease, please reach out to myself or your local LG Seeds technical agronomist. Thank you.